Okay, hi everyone. Oh, you're only going to see part of my head. Hang on, I'll try and... There we go. Oh, awesome. Okay, just before I start, I'll just say g'day and how you going. I've been busy all day cutting, trying to get the orders for this whole week under control. So this is going to be left-handed. You're going to see it left-handed, and I'll tilt the camera in a minute. But I just want to go through some of the products that I've got here. So I have already got a piece of batik. Okay, so you can use any piece of fabric you like. You know how much I love batik. Hi Sue, how you going? I should have my glasses on so I can read from there. Good afternoon, Pat. What else have we got? Hi Michelle. I saw the photo of what you had cut today. You must be suffering from RSI. I tell you what, my shoulders and my neck from that motion is absolutely killing me. But I think we've got it all under control. I'll pack them all tonight. Tomorrow night we won't be having any sales as such, but I will be running these live how-tos tomorrow night as well, so just so you know. So the next live sale as such will be on Thursday. That is my husband in the background. He's come to get the cardboard. Sorry. Now I have with me, like I said, the batik fabric. I'm just using a remnant here. I also have, and it's bright yellow, I have some of the, they're made of resin, and I have some of these. So this size, these ones here are $10 each. This size here is $10 each. These ones here are normally about $15, $16, and I have them on sale for only $10 each. So all the stamps at the moment are $10 each. I have quite a variety of different styles. They're all on my website. They're all listed there, so you can see them all there. So if you went to www.michellespatchwork.com, .com, you would see them all there. Then you can PM me, private message me on Facebook to get the special offer. If you order on the website, it won't give you the discount. So if you know the codes, because they all have codes, you can then send it to me, and I will put the order in for you. So that's these. So I'm going to use these three. I just grabbed three that I thought were pretty cool. And then I'm also using a roller. I have one of these left in stock. They're $8. It's quite a hard roller. I've sold out of those. And I have a plate. The other thing I also have is some Lumiere paints, because I don't mind a bit of bling. So I thought I would use on the yellow. You can see my husband in the background. Oh no, you can't, you can hear him. On the bright yellow, I would use some of the turquoise or aqua turquoise. So that's what they call it. So I'm literally pouring on the plate, and you can see like that. So it's like that. Okay. So I'm only going to use one color at a time. Otherwise I will end up mushing it. You can do blocks. You can actually draw lines and create like blocks on it, or you know, make your lines on this fabric if you want to. The other thing I have is just a bit of 100% cotton underneath it, wadding, just to make it soft. All right, so so I can work on it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt the camera. So bear with me while I get it into shot so you can see what's going on. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. If I don't respond verbally, then you know I haven't seen the question. You can always send me a PM as well. So first things first, I'm going to get my roller and I'm going to just slowly work the paint in. So I know it's not a spongy one, but it will just grab the paint. I didn't want a spongy one because I didn't want it to all go into the grooves. It even went into the grooves then. So you can use the spongy ones. The spongy ones are doable as well. So I've got a little bit going on in there. I don't think I've got any spongy ones here. Might have too much paint on that, but that doesn't matter. We'll just use it anyway. So you just wheel the paint on and hope for the best. And then place down. And there she is. So you can see, because I've got the paint in between here, in between the grooves, I'm going to get that blobby bit there. So I'm going to alternate and do the second one. That's a little bit lighter. So I'm going to go this way again. And in between each one, just add a little bit more on. And I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Might have got a bit close there, but that's okay. So this is a good way to actually make your own fabric. And this fabric paint is this paint is an absolute fabric paint, so it's usable in all different types of fabrics, especially the 100% cottons and silks. Well, silk, there'd be an umming and ahhing whether you'd use it on silk just in case it didn't absorb. So normally it's cotton that you would use these on. Okay, so that's my first run. Now I'm just going to grab my paper towel and just give it a bit of a wipe over. Does it take much pressure to get out outcome? No, I'd probably make it look hard. No, I'm just pushing, because I've got the softness under here, I just pushed hard. So I'm just giving that a quick clean. It will have to go in the sink. Next one is this one. So I'm going to show you another way of putting the paint on. I don't know if those brushes will be any good after yesterday's thing and I didn't wash them. Hang on. This is another way of doing it. Oh no, that's no good too. Hang them on. Okay, we're getting a brush, but if you get a brush, you've got to make sure. We did that in school with a cut potato. Very messy way to do it. And I think you dipped with a potato in it. So you can just paint the paint on top like that, but you'll get a very light outcome. Oh, there goes Candy. So if you're wanting to create a bit of a border, there's one. And just making sure I haven't got, you can hear him making noises outside. The dogs are barking at the neighbours driving past. And with these you can actually line them up if you want to make a border. And like I say, once they dry, then you can add another colour on. This paintbrush is pretty buggered. Someone's just pulled up. Oops, a daisy. Got the wobbles, haven't I? So I've got hi Michelle and ladies, hi Stella, hi Pat. Okay, so that is that one. All right, so I'm going off the table here. All right, so you can make, I'm not really doing it very neatly, but it just shows you what you can do. I will use this fabric, absolutely. The other thing you can do is, if I turn it around, just take that off there. I'll just turn that around, just so I've got an unpainted area. Just here. All right. This is another way of putting it on. I'm going to try one of these. How long does it take to dry? Not very long, actually. It's pretty quick, this stuff. As long as you don't water down the paint. Don't water the paint down. That might be even better. Bit of a sponge sort of effect on here. That's better. So the sponge one works better. Okay, so I can go one way, just like that, and get the, just re-top it up. You could do 2 or 3 out of it, but you'll find each time you do it, it'll get lighter and lighter. That's the next one. Just sponge, I'm just dabbing it. Hi Pat, I hope you're having a good day. I'm sure that everyone's had a lovely day. It's a nice day for Sunday. So I'm just dabbing rather than dipping it into the paint, because if I dip it in the paint, I'm just going to make a mess. And I'm spacing these roughly the same apart, because if I want to fussy cut those and put them into the quilt, now I can. So there. And I can have that one right on the edge. Gee, I've got the shakes. All right, the other way of using these is you can use them together. So you can have, for example, that one. Just stamp that out. And that one. And again, you can fussy cut. It does use a lot of paint this way. And then you can go that one. If you change colours, you need to wash out all your tools. And then that one. And I am just eyeballing. I haven't measured anything, as you can see, because they're not even. All right, so then you've got that one. Okay, so then I can use that as a border, and I can just keep repeating that. And I'd go this way in the fabric, so I can cut a line out, so I'd come up that way. The other thing you can do is when you're ready to change colours, which is soon, I'll get the normal fabric paint. So this, what colour do I want to choose? Let's go for a really bright, soft pink one. See what that does. Yes, you could do this easy. Making a banana loaf. Yeah, yep. I'm coming to your place, Pat. I saw that. Was it Judy? Someone I saw had a banana loaf. Okay, so I'm just gonna wipe that off there. If I wanted to, I can touch around my fabric just to add a little bit of, I don't know, texture to the fabric. Wait, come on, that'd be nasty. And that gets rid of, it expels some of the paint as well. So a bit of sponge work, okay, rather than wasting it. Let's stamp it. Sorry, fat fingers, I could go a piece of banana bread right now. Me too. Not me today, I made pancakes. Oh, okay, it must have been Julianne or someone. It was someone who made pancakes. I thought it was pretty cool. Not pancakes, banana bread. I think it was Julianne. So next one, I'll just get my thing here, wipe that down. You use a lot of paper towel. You'll need paper towel. I'm just going to clean up, and it's very messy on your hands, by the way. So if you don't like mess on your hands, you need to wear gloves. Okay? Me, I don't really care. Okay, so this is just a standard fabric paint. This is not, it's only like $6 a bottle. It's just called Fabric Creations. And I'm going to pop that in here just the same way as I did the other one. Just pour it in. Now I've already got some aqua on here, so I'm going to use the other side and hope that it does the right thing for me. And I know that I've already got some aqua on that stamp, so I'm just going to clean it up a little. Yes, it was yours. Yeah, so I'm coming to your place, just saying. So I'm just going to pop the pink, take out the little bit of hair, on top. Yeah. Okay. So now I've got a bit of pink on it. I think it just needs a little bit more. But I don't want to make it a muddy brown. So I know that I went that way for this one. So if I turn it, no, if I do that, I need to just go off center and do that. Now I've got an aqua and pink one. So depending on what you're making and what fabric you're doing, you know, what you need. You know, I love batiks. They don't fray like the others. I might just do this one. That one I'll just do off. No, I can't. I've got to put more stuff on. So that's why I like them. So now I've got turquoise, pink and yellow. Is this how batiks are made only on a smaller scale, Michelle? Sorry, I missed the start of the video. Look, they do use these sort of stamps, yeah, but they dye, they stamp it with wax. So instead of using a paint, they would use wax. Then they basically dye the fabric, and then they boil it, and it goes through lots and lots of processes. So no, Candy, you're not coming in. Okay, so I'm just going to place one there over the top of me aqua little bits. One there. I'm just using up the excess paint at the moment. It's all in my sponge. So it's going to make a bit of a different colour, but that's okay. And then I've coloured that section. Now I can get this sponge and just touch around so it picks up some of the pink in there as well. Okay. So I'm just, well, a bit of blob thing going on. Let's just smooth it out a little. Okay. And then we're going to move up to the next section. They do this sort of thing in India. I watched on TV a few weeks ago. Stamps were huge. Okay, there you go. Okay, so using the plain colour again. I've got now a black. Oh, looks a bit funny because it needs a good shake. So the idea would be then to wash these out, get the colour off them, get the shiny stuff off them, wash out your sponge before you move on to the next one. I love how you just do dab and everything comes out. Trust me, yours would look exactly the same. Oh, that's a big blob. Oh, we're going to have to use all that up. All right. I've made a mess. All righty. Let's give it a bit of a mix. Okay. So now if I want a bit of black in my thing, but I just want to off-center it a fraction from the other one, I can do that. Okay. Come back, retouch up. Make sure I've got enough black on there and off center. A bit of fluff on there. I can go through all the ones I've done. God, that wobble. Can you see that on the camera, the wobble? It's a ripper. I'll try and hold my hand steady. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. All right, so let's make one with just the black in between. Now I've got some turquoise and pink underneath. So this will come out as a really, really nice fabric once I've finished. And I will endeavour to cut this into bits and show you how I use this sort of fabric. All right. So I'm just going to pop that aside. Give it a bit of a wipe down. So this paint comes off really easy. It's not as tacky as the other one. And it all washes out in water. Now if you love paisleys, you'll love this. Look at that. Can you see that? How cool is that? So get a little bit more paint, just dab away. And I'm going to tip it so they're top and tail. I like that. Can't wait to use that in something. Don't worry, I will find something. Then that way. Liking it. The black and yellow just look amazing. How cool is that? I hope you can see these. They look amazing. Okay, so then I can make a second line and reverse it. So have that one there. Have them nice and close. And that one there. That's a little bit further. That one there. Pretty. Thanks, Pat. So you just keep going. Looks really, really cool. Now, if I want to then up the ante, I can then add in, and I don't have to have them. I can have them on point. See? How nice is that? Sorry, it's making a banging noise each time I put it down. Cool, hey? Oh, and iron your fabric. You know how much I love to iron fabric. So then I can just move down to the next row. Now, if I wanted to make it, there's a bit of dust on it. So I can just use the paint that's in the actual sponge, and I can then come in here. Can you see what I'm doing? Cool, hey? And no major pressure. Oops, I've got a bit of booger on there. Get that off. Bit of fabric. There we go. Next one. So if I wanted to, I can do black or whatever color, and then I can swap to maybe a pink row or a red row or orange or whatever I want to. I can alternate the rows and the colors. It doesn't really matter. But look what I've created. I've just created a new fabric. So instead of it just being a simple batik with just the crosshatchy sort of thing, I've now created a different fabric. So I can fussy cut it, I can make a whole piece, the whole piece in this. I can rule lines so I make them all nice and even if I want to, or I can just ad lib and just let it go and be a little bit more organic. So you know how much I love organic. So I do like the black on the yellow, by the way, so I'm just going with a little bit more black, just because I can. All right, and I've made a goober of the black Now this is a whole $6, this little thing. It's not very expensive, but it is not blingy, okay? So there's no bling in it. It's just a flat color. Oops. My little doodah's fallen apart. My little sponge. And just make sure it's wet. Just put my sponge up, dip, dip. Little doodah's fallen apart. All right. So if I want to do the next row, and just keep going. You can draw lines across and just line up the edges, you know, the string, like a string line. That black makes the yellow pop. Yeah, absolutely does. Love it. And look at that, that is going to be awesome. And no one else will have that fabric with that design on it because I made it. Oh, that was a bit off center. Who cares? It's good, hey? When you cut it all out and you keep, you know, you're doing these things, no one's going to notice. Now, the other thing with these, some of them are directional, so just to take note, I'm just looking at this one. No, it's the same top and tail, but I'm going to try this with the black and see what it gives me as far as just a border. So I'm wondering whether if I was to do it, I'm going past that crease this way. Look how gorgeous that is. That is stunning. And then I'm going to just eyeball a bit of a gap in between, like that. And I'm making a strip of fabric. And the beauty of this is that you've got all the tools. If you run out of one, you've got all the tools to make yourself a new one. Or create something that will blend in with it. Yeah, it's an original design. That's exactly right. You can get really fussy with it and get a paintbrush and paint in all these little doodahs if you want to, but you know what? I'm not that bored. So there. So now if I cut it this way, I've got a different design as to cutting it this way. Just make sure that wasn't over wet. So you can see how it's starting to create its own design. I can alternate these colours. Each line could be a different colour. I thought that one, I bought that one for Lily. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? So that you can do. So I would use that. You can alternate and then do a stamp in between, once it's dry, of a different colour. That's another option. With the paisley, you can also, with this fella, you could also, if you're clever enough, paint, say, just the tail or just the top of it or just the centre. You know, just paint the centerpiece, whatever sort of like, and see how you go. And it gets a smaller design. So that's a bit smaller again, see? My little sponge has decided it's going to fall apart. Okay. So that will go in there. And that hasn't got that other little frill around it. And that one there. Now, I also like to, and some of you bought this glue from me the other day, that Basic glue. I can't find mine at the moment. I think I do have it. Oh, no, I don't. So I'm going to try this glue and see what happens. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue in those little triangular bits. Just a little. Oh, touching the black, getting a bit of black on it. Okay. And I'm going to try something and see if it works. I'm hoping it does. This is, you know what I'm like. I like to try things with the seat of my pants. I have used it with the basic glue and it works beautifully. So, but with this glue, I'm not too sure whether it will. So these are like, I don't know what you call them. You actually, that colour comes off onto the glue. So if the glue is tacky enough, it will come off. No, that way. Yeah. Look, I've got a bit of bling. I've got a bit of bling going. Oh, there we go. Oh, perfect. So I have this stuff. I can't remember. It's like a foil. And what you do is you get that glue going, and it's heat set. That basically you just wait for it to go tacky for a few seconds, and then you put this on and it creates like a metallic. And I don't know if you can see. I'm going to show you in a minute when I come around the camera. I just want to show you. So if you've got the basic glue, you can make like a line, or you know, you can make really nice little areas. I'm just scratching off a little bit, and you can use this over and over and over again. You can see where I've used it. Okay, now I want to show you what it just did. I know you can't see it from there, but can you see the metallic bling? How cool is that? Yeah, well, this is like yeah, I've got these. I've got packs of these things. I can't remember. They're like a foil. Let me have a look. Hang on. And I have. I'm just grabbing them. I have quite a few. They're quite reasonable. Yep. So these are, they come in, I've got them in sets. So you've got the red, the purple, the turquoise, the green, and the silver. All right, in that one, it's $9 for the set. And then I've got the other metallic ones. So, you know, the gold, the bronze, the bright gold. That's more of a hot pink in the other one, and that's a red, more Christmas red, and another gold there as well. So those as well. So I've got the gold pack and then the standard pack. It's gold, silver. We'll call that silver because it's got the silver in it and the other one hasn't. So silver pack and a gold pack, and they're only $9 a pack. So, and I've had mine, my personal ones that I use, I've had them for years and years and years. And you know, you can just keep using them over and over again. So say if I wanted to, with this fabric, because you know how gorgeous we're going to make this, with my glue pen. This is my cheapie because I ran out of my Soline one and I haven't refilled. So I'm just going to make some lines, and with this glue pen, like, you know, you can see where it is because it's got the blue, and I'm just making some lines there. Okay, the idea is not to use too much, by the way. And while I'm talking away, it will get tacky. That might be still a little bit damp. I'm just going to move it forward, but without putting my top on that paint that's still wet. And using this with the colour side up, okay, I'm going to touch that and that one, that one. I mean, you can put the whole sheet down and just do this. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. I'm going to show you in a minute. And it just comes straight off. And you can do it over and over again until it's not tacky anymore. And when you iron it, it will set it. on there. So I'm just going to go over it a couple of times just so it picks up everything and there's no glue hanging behind. Okay. So then I've created these nice little glittery lines in between. How cool is that? So when I cut it, it'll have a little bit of bling in it. Nice, hey? So we just fold down. Hey, no, Candy, no. All right, let's go to the next section and get our glue stick again. You guys would have bought some of this. I do have cheapy ones, they're Chinese ones, but I don't have any Soline ones at the moment. There are some at Statewide. They have the nice ones. And I think the Soline ones are much better, but, you know, anywho, I do have the cheap ones. So, yeah, it's very cool. Look. And you can change this, you know, you can change to gold. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that from there, but that is amazeballs. How cool is that? So yeah, so I'm just making sure I've picked up all the glue. Sometimes it won't come off first time. You've got to use it a couple of times. We'll give it a bit of a push. And I've got more. Michelle, did you do your class on Craft Alive? Because I can't find it. That was yesterday. As far as I know, it was only the one class, and that was yesterday, and it'll be in the archives. Wow, that is special. Love it, yeah. So look at those. So they've got a bit of bling. All right, let's go to these paisleys. If I wanted to, this is what I was saying to you about being specific. You can actually get your little bit of glue in those tiny little leafy looking things, and that one's got a bit of paint on it, but anyway, just dab it in and then give it a bit of a push, hold your fabric, and there you go. So if it doesn't take it first time, you just have to move your bit of stuff around. But I love this product. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of bling in each of those paisleys. So this bit of fabric now has been just about like covered. I've got, you know, a little bit more to go. But looking at it, I look at it and go, well, how cool is this? Because now I've created all these different designs on it. When I do my next art quilt, which I do quite regularly, obviously, then I can use these in borders. So, or in, you know, just in little blocks or whatever I like, really. So what I'm going to do is get another colour and alternate. And because we've got this mauvey colour, I'm thinking maybe a bit of purple. So I know full well that this sponge is completely covered in black. So I'm going to grab another one of my cheap $2 ones. My cheap $2 sponges. $3 sponges. And I'm going to just dip in the lid. Dip in the lid. Then I'm going to grab this. It looks like a little bit much on there. And just dab here. Stick that in my gob. Needs more paint. Because it's a sponge, it'll absorb the paint. So when you first start, you've got to get quite a bit of paint on there. All right, let's see if I can not mix up the two colours. It's could be interesting. Well, this has got a little bit of a shiny bit to it too, so it should bring out a little bit of a pearlescent look to it. But compared to the black, it doesn't come up anywhere as nice. And, you know, like I say, it's only well, these are a $9 paint or $10 paint compared to the other, but they're a pearlescent. So they're not majorly designed for stamping, but yeah, no reason why you can't do it. I think, personally, I think if it's there, I'll use it, you know. A little bit offline. So now I have 2 rows. And once that dries, I can then put some little purple bling in it, and that'll really bring it up. And I'll put more of the purple bling in those than I did in the other, just to really make it stand out. And this is a bit harder to get off. I know that came off really well. That's all right. Easy peasy. So that is how I use and do my stamping. So I use lots of different things when I do stamping, and I use lots of different colours. Not normally just 2 colours, but if I wanted to turn it into something a little bit more special, then I'll use the colours specifically for the actual project. But that's only using 3, which is this one, that one, and that one today. And they are all on my website as far as design wise is concerned. But if you're after a specific thing like a butterfly, because I do have butterfly, let me show you butterfly. I'll get the butterfly, and I have I had feathers, I've got all sorts of things. So I've got butterfly, I've got elephants, I've got all sorts of things. So you can imagine butterflies and paisleys, and you can just randomly put them on your fabric. It doesn't have to be, you know, lines and things like that. It's up to you what you want it to look like. So this should be almost dry now, pretty much. So I'll get my cheapy glue stick, and I'm just gonna pop a bit in each one of these. Then I'll have a look, and then I'll come back and see whether it needs something else. But they're good fun. Doing this is good fun. It's very relaxing because there's no, you know, you can drop your inhibitions. It's, you know, everyone will do it a bit differently, and that's okay. So I'm just going to pop that over the top of that. Hi, Ione. And I'm going to just touch up those areas that didn't quite pick it up. And you can see it's a little bit more blingy than the other one. A little bit more glue on it. Don't think I did that one. There we are. So as it takes off the foil, these foils, you just move to the next spot, and I just keep reusing it until it's completely gone. The other thing too is you can, if you've got that basic glue, it's got like a long nozzle, so you can draw a design. It doesn't have to be just little blobs or anything. I'm just trying to find areas so I can absorb up all the foils. How cool are they? So I'll just a little bit more foil. So then you can see, hi Judy, you can see how I'm starting to put it into purples? It's really, really picking up the purple in it. Okay? So that creates a different color again, a different look to it. So does that sort of make sense to everyone? That's stamping. Okay, and using some foils, which is lots and lots of fun. If you've got one of those glue sticks that you can, you know, just get a nice fine line out of, you can also draw like cross-hatching. Just trying to draw some lines. So I'm just going to go one way for now. And then you can get your foil, piece of foil here. You might have to go over it a couple of times, but there's one. It's a bit like waxing, isn't it? Whoop. And then that one. Look at that. Look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, might go over that again. There we go. So now, very well, thank you for asking her to spend the afternoon helping. Yes, she did. We did lots of helpies today. So now I've got that there. Why not utilize those lines and go, okay, so let's go like, it's just a bit random, isn't it? So they're not the same size. So that one, I've got a hair on there. Yep, losing my little doodah again. Go there. And there. All right, so let's go here. And here. I'm making a checkerboard. And then here. And here. And yeah, I've got 3 more I want to do. I think 1, 2, maybe another couple. So one here and then just the edge of that one. All right, gone onto my wadding, doesn't matter. Wipe it off, get rid of most of the paint. Okay, now if I want to, I can now get a different, Michelle, are Thursday invoices out yet? Sending them tonight. I am going to sit there on my computer all night doing it. Once I've packed all this stuff, and you saw the photo, into the bags, I'm then going to invoice. I just want to double check and triple check because there's so much of it. I just want to double and triple check. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another one. And I'll show you what happens when you alternate a different stamp. No worries. Yes, I'd rather, yeah, I had a bit of an issue last time because I had, my other helper made a boo-boo. So anyway, but in the long run, it becomes my problem, so I made a boo-boo. Then I'm going to use this design in between, and you'll see how it comes out. I'll all of a sudden have a new type of fabric. Now you can see I'm not lining anything up, I'm just sort of randomly putting them there. Nothing is, it's just eyeballing, because the lines originally started off as eyeballing. So they're not going to be exact. But I don't know about you, but I'm okay with that. So this would probably be the only time I ever really use a black paint, would be in block printing. Very rarely do I use black paint because it's just so stark. But in this, it works well. So there you go. Look at that. It is banging. That is awesome. Look at that. Who wouldn't want a piece of that? I want a piece of that. So, you know, I've got all this fabric, all this paint left in here. I can do one of two things. I can just stamp around or sponge it around, just, you know, I can do it this way too, and just add a different texture to it as well. Because it's already got lines in the background, it sort of creates another look. So why waste my paint, and why waste my time by not filling up the whole piece of fabric? All right, so that just gets that fabric with a little bit more texture. And I know it looks pretty bland like that, like with little blotches all over it, but once I cut it up, they look like bird's feet, don't they? I can also get out the extra paint off this, okay, and just put that in there. And then when I'm ready to, I can cut these into different shapes and styles. I did a class with, oh, what's her name? Lisa Walton a long time ago, many moons ago. And doing this is also how, something new to do. Yes, so something new to do. So I'll show you what you do with these fabrics. So I'll just grab the phone. So you do a whole heap of fabrics and it works really well. I'll turn it around. And I did this one. So you'll see stamps. Yeah, there's stamps there. Stamps there. See? You can also see more up there. Okay. Here. All right, so I can also add more paint to that and that piece of fabric and just colour it up more. There's stamps up there, or screen print. So it just shows you that you can do a little bit more than just the basics, yeah? So, and then you just randomly, and that's hand dye fabrics and everything. So you just randomly make these fabrics and then you take them over to your cutting board. And once you've ironed them, of course, because ironing is important with these, I'm afraid, and you need to use something in between your iron, especially with that metallic stuff, and your iron and your fabric. So I'm going to turn this around. So looking at it, it's got about 6 or 7 different types of fabrics in it, in just one piece. Yeah? Do you see what I mean? So, you know, there's one, there's one, there's one. It's just so many options now. I mean, look at that. And I even love this. I know you probably think, ew, it's just black splotches, but it will, look at those. See, they're probably a little bit too regimented for me. I'm more into the not so regimented, but everyone's different. Okay? So, yeah, it's good, isn't it, Susan? It's just fun. It's so much fun. And you know what? Not one part of this, whether it's heavy on one side in the paint or lighter in the other or whatever, none of it is wrong. You cannot do anything wrong in this class of stamping. It's just, other than maybe putting too much paint on your stamp, that would be the only thing. But hey, who cares? You got in before with the answer before I asked the question. What was that? What was that? What was that question? So look at them. How cool are they? I love them. Yeah. I love the bling on it. Look at that shine, the foils. It's just gorgeous. So now that makes me sit there and think, okay, what other fabrics do I have in my scrap box, which you should see is a huge box, that I can actually get into and start stamping, you know? And because I just rummaged through my stamp thing, I've got, they're everywhere now. Yeah, so there you are. Cool, hey. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. What is it now, 5 o'clock? Yes, I'm glad, yeah, yes. Yeah, definitely, with this sort of stuff, definitely put something between you and the iron, or the, you know, the fabric and the iron, whether it be a tea towel or a Teflon mat or something like that, and use a iron, dry iron, not a wet iron. You don't want to heat up that glue and have it come off. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so just make sure. And some of that metallic stuff, when you put it on like that, if you have the iron too hot, you don't want to keep it on there too long, because you don't want it to come off on your Teflon mat or whatever. I would use a Teflon mat before I'd use a tea towel, put it that way. Because you have heaps of time. Yeah, yeah. Well, I tell you what, at the moment it's crazy. I can't even fathom the work I've got to do tonight. So just to reiterate some of the specials I have, those and I'll just turn it around. Okay, I have all different types of styles that, look, I just made it do that. How cool am I? All different types I have available, different styles and everything. You can see them all on my website, and they are now all $10 each. Some of the bigger ones were up to $16, but look how cool is that one? Hey? Isn't that beautiful? And look at the feathers. You make a border. Oh, my phone nearly fell off sideways. Hang on, let me do that. There we go. Look at those for borders. Look at the feathers. Look at I love them. Look at those feathers. Look at that one. So that's the block stamps. So I have those. The other thing I have too is I have the smaller silk painting here. Okay, that's it there. It's a 9x12, and that is from $18.50 down to only $15. Okay, limited stock on those as well. I also have, oh, that was my hand, sorry, just take you over here to my long arm. The koala pattern, for those who order it this weekend, will get the pattern for $22 and not $25, and that's a proceeds to charity. And this one here, this is a panel also. Look at that Barbie, isn't she lovely? Normally $27.50, and I've been selling them at $22, and I have about 5 left. Okay, what's the other one I have? Let me just take you around here. This is a dog bed. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Not. There's the orders. And there's the other part of the orders. Oh yeah, these threads. So these threads here are called Glamour, and they are 12 weight. There's lots and lots of different colors. Just going down, and $10 down from $13. A real 12 weight. Use a larger needle and lower your tension. Okay, that is my dog knocking on the door to come in. I also have the larger silk panel, which is $38.50. I also have that in cotton, I think, as well, in the grey, and in the sepia, it's in silk. And of course, if you had sat there yesterday and listened to me yap on, you would have seen that panel used in a quilt, which I haven't quite finished, but where'd I put it? Oh, over here. Hang on. Here we are. I'll just take you with me. Oh, that's the horse panel used as a quilt. Okay, that's it there. And this one, I've got to fix up some of those borders. I used the Tri-Rex rulers. Sorry, that's some of the orders. And I popped it into a quilt. How cool is that? Bright. Yeah? All right. Now I can hear the dog banging on the door. So naughty. Look. And you'd think like butter would melt in my mouth. Hang on. Look what they did to my baskets. And look at the face. You're a little shite. Okay, I'll let her read now. That's because I said no before. It's like a child. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pop this away and clean up, and I will come back at, it's now 10 past 5, so I will be back. Yeah, she's a cutie. I will be back in 20 minutes or so at 5:30, and I will do a demo on a block that my mum drew up. Actually, I drew it, mum traced back over it, but I need to fix it, so I'm going to do it with you. All right, so chat to you soon. Bye.